At the Track is powered by Marie's Custom Tees, Tumblers, and more, Baggett Racing and Automotive Services, B. Buckler Designs, and BsSmall Engine Repair. Now let's get into today's episode.
Redline Gary here, and I'm here with Mr. Sterling Packer of the 11S Sport Mod. So, how did you get started?
I got a good friend that I worked with at the phone company that he's racing late models, so I went and worked on his crew for a while and had a good time on his crew. Then he got a family and started not racing as much, so I had to go get my own car to make it to the track. So I got an enduro car for a couple of years, and then I've been in the sport mod for, this will be my 5th season in sport mod.
Nice. So what we know that the series that you run is the sport mod, and then what tracks are you running at?
I normally run Atomic. It's about 45 minutes south of here. It's closest track, so we run there. I have been to Bowler and to Midway, and I ran with a couple other friends at a couple other tracks. So we've been out to Zanesville tracks and Muskingum and Brush Creek and all around southern Ohio, mainly Portsmouth some.
Yeah, Jackson.
Yeah, in Portsmouth I had different rules for years, but this year they've got the same set of rules, so I guess we can make Portsmouth this year.
Well, yeah, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of tracks seem to be following the same set of rules, so it makes it easier to just pick and choose where you want to go.
Yeah, they got a new sponsor for the promoters for the sport mods at 8 or like 15 of the tracks, and they got 2 regions set up, so they do have the rules, you know, where we can run the rules of all the tracks around Ohio right now. So.
All right. Now, speaking of sponsors, you have some fine sponsors on this machine.
Yes. Yeah, I got one of my buddies, Wallforce Foundation Support Systems. He helps me out a lot. One of my main sponsors. He does all basement waterproofing and any walls that are falling in basements and stuff. Then he can put carbon fibers up and run drain tiles to sump pumps and all that kind of stuff. So it's a real good company out of Columbus here. Columbus Food Truck and Trailer. That's my business with my buddy Shannon. Also our side hustle. We take old trucks and we use our fabrication skills. We've been working on race car bodies and stuff for a long time, so we started doing interiors and food trucks and putting them together, making a little bit. Nate's racing photos. He takes great pictures at Atomic. Ashburn Distillery. That's my buddy that I'm in cahoots with in food trucks. That's his bar right here in Asheville, Ohio. They do a great job. Always kick me a free beer or free cheeseburger every once in a while. So
Can't beat that.
that's good. Of course, I got my U.S. Navy veteran on there. My American flags. Very proud of being a veteran. And got another good buddy of mine, Steve Newell. He's a guy I worked with at the phone company. He always liked racing, and he just decided that he wanted to help me out. So he helps me out a bunch every year. So.
Well, first of all, thank you for your service. It really means a lot.
Thank you.
And now, who's on your team?
On my team.
It's always a question because
Yes.
a lot of times, and there's been guys on my channel that have commented, what goes into a pit crew, and they don't know that half the time it's just sometimes only the driver.
Yep. It's this car was built by me and my 2 hands, but I do have my one stepson. He's 34 years old. He comes down the track with me every race, and he'll change tires and do anything I ask him. My wife comes down. She had when I can get her out of the house or out of work. She works a lot of weekends and nights, so but if I can get her down to the track, she's always a good helper. Gets me in the car safe and belted in, and we had our best finish. We won just a B main last chance Concy race a couple years ago, and it was just me and the wife at the track, so that was cool for cool for her that we got to have my first, not really win, but first B main win.
Well, yeah, I do think I was at Atomic for that.
And there was 40 cars there that night, and there was two B mains, and there was 11 cars in my B main. And only took the top 2, and I won that one. So that was it was good just to make the race that night. There was, like I said, there was 40 cars there.
Yeah, and then shortly after that, I think is when something in the rear end gave out. It was a couple races after that, I think.
I lost an axle one time, and I stuffed it in the fence one time, and I actually flipped it going into turn 2
That was the night I wasn't there.
last year. So
Yeah, I think that was a Friday night race, and then Saturday I went.
yeah,
Man.
it was Friday night race. I got behind, I was clearing the back, and I put the car where I shouldn't have been, and pushed me up. Driver inside me pushed me up high, and I kept in the gas and
Hit the cushion hard and
went up over the cushion into the tire barrier and had a nice, easy little rollover. I only hung there 6.5 minutes before they got me back flipped over, though.
yeah.
I told them I wasn't getting out. I didn't want to hit my head. So.
Well, it's nice that they had the tire barrier there instead of a wall.
Yeah, it was a soft hit. Didn't hurt me at all.
Yeah, it bruised the ego a little bit, but you know.
Yeah. Everybody likes to watch the crash anyway.
Well,
Wife didn't like to watch it in the stands.
well. So what's 2022 look like for you? Because I know Saturday's opening night, so.
Yeah, Saturday is opening night. I finished 12th in points last year at Atomic, so I went to the Baggett this year, first time ever, and I saw all the nice stuff they gave out for the top 10. So I'm gonna try to run for Atomic points this year, see if I can get in the top 10. With the new rule changes and stuff that they have, I think it should bring some of the faster cars back to me. But hopefully I'll be able to hang and make every race up there. That's the plan at least. So if you make every race, you should probably make the top 10 if you can make all them races. They had 17, I think, scheduled for us this year at Atomic for sport mods.
All right. What's your favorite race?
I mean, I like the Lucas Oil races they run at Atomic. I like watching those. I mean, I've been to Eldora, watched those races. I mean, our buddy has a late model. I mean, we've run against Devin Moran, and we ran Brush Creek one year, and we got beat by Austin Dillon beat us that week. He showed up in a GM Goodrich hauler at Brush Creek and had more money in tires than we had on our whole car. We just barely made the field, started dead last, and he got Dillon lapped us about, I don't know, 8-10 laps in. He lapped us, but I mean, we got lapped by a Daytona 500 winner. So
Well, yeah.
I mean, it's all neat watching Moran and Carpenters and
Oh yeah.
winning Gateway and stuff. So I like seeing Larson at the track and different, see the dirt guys do good,
Well, that
all over.
Previously you mentioned that winning that big main, that had to feel good.
Oh yeah, it's the only thing I've ever won. I had a couple of top 10s this last year. I got a new car. This car in the middle last year, I picked it up. So I think I had just a 7th and an 8th place at Atomic, and there's some of the best sport mod drivers in Ohio run Atomic. So it's tough there.
Oh yeah.
You got Bob Crace running. He's been running 45 years at that track and stuff, and
No
some of these young guns that been around. I mean, I raced against Bud Frazier. He was 83 years old when he won a race, and I mean, Delmas just passed in the sport or in his late model. He was in his 80s. Still racing last year, so it's fun to see. I mean, I raced against Bud when he was 84, 85 years old, and I raced against 14-year-old girls too in the sport mod class. It's all over the place. So.
Well, it's an exciting class too. I mean, for those that aren't familiar, I mean, it's a wide variety of ages.
You got the new drivers coming up. You got the
old veterans.
You got the old veterans, and you got guys like me that always wanted to race but never. So I just started. This 5 years ago, seriously. So.
Well, it's easier. It's easier to maintain than a late model or a sprint.
Oh.
So.
Yeah, my buddy's got more shocks on his late model. I got my whole car, so.
Yeah.
So
They
it's
get very
insane.
expensive. But this is a great class to, get out and check out.
Yeah, the drivers at the tracks too. They'll help you out as much as they can, and they'll, if I break something, they'll come and say, sorry, I hate to ask, but can I borrow? I'm like, yeah, you're still racing. I'm not. I'm on a trailer, so yeah. If you need my carburetor, you need it. If you need a tire, I got one for you here. And I ask them, I break something, and I go to them. They hand it right over, no questions asked. They stay late after the race and help each other load. And
Oh yeah, especially if you had a bad wreck, trying to do whatever it takes to get it on the hauler.
yeah, that sometimes is the hardest part. Is just getting her home.
Yeah. Now, what would you like to see more of in racing?
I mean, I like the dirt. I used to watch a lot of NASCAR and asphalt and stuff, but with the 400 laps going roundy round, it's bored me lately. So, I mean, that Coliseum race they had this year, where they actually had heats and sent half the field home. They didn't care what your name was. They sent something home that didn't make the field. And
But it was short track, so I mean
it was short. Yeah, that was.
You know.
I mean, they were only 65 miles an hour or something was their average going around that track. So.
Yeah. It was very exciting to watch. And I mean, the cars, they're set up now to run anything.
Yes.
So now it's like it's all up to the driver.
Yeah, it's fun to see some of them guys. I mean, Larson wins anything he drives.
Larson's a beast.
Cream of the crop. Yeah, I watched him run that late model around, or that sprint car around Automotive.
Oh yeah, I did too.
And you don't even have to watch it. You close your eyes and just listen and tell. He's never off the gas. He's flat-footed that whole way around there. And they're doing 130 head straight for the wall, and zoom, they're going the other way.
I mean, these guys are strapped
Those guys
to
are
a
good.
rocket. I mean, literally a rocket, 900 horses, and all out.
I'm 3/4 crazy doing this, so my friends say, but I wouldn't strap in a sprint car. No way. No way. 130. I mean, we're doing 85 or 87 or whatever we're doing around 16-second laps, and that's 130. That's completely insane. I would never get a sprint car and do that. That's beyond my skill level.
Oh yeah. So what motivates you to get into a car and take it to the extreme?
Yeah, I've always liked driving, and I've always had some cool street cars and stuff, and
The fun toys.
Yeah, four-wheelers and cars, and we go golfing. I always drive the golf cart, and my buddies know that I'm driving, and I don't know if it's a controlling thing or, but I just like to drive, and I like to work on stuff. I like to work with my hands. It was, in shop class in high school and in the Navy, we worked on a whole bunch of stuff. So it's just, I run or manage a data center for AT&T, and it's not a lot of physical, and it's a lot more keyboard and typing and looking at computers and stuff. So it's nice to get out down the shop there and use your hands and build something, fabricate something that looks cool. And I always try to keep my car nice and put new panels on it, make it look real good. But I know I'm gonna tear it up probably tomorrow. I'm gonna go practice it. I'll probably rip the whole side off it tomorrow practicing, but it is what it is.
That's racing.
That's racing.
Never a dull moment. Something's
Yes.
always going to be replaced. So, how can people get a hold of you, like through social media and stuff, and find out where you're racing, so they can come cheer you on?
Yeah, I'm on Facebook. You can go through there. I approve or not approve, whatever, accept a bunch of people that come to the track and want to see me, and I usually, when I'm racing that week, I'll say that old ones is heading out to the Atomic for the night, or come see us and grab a friend and come out to the track. And I mean, the track can use all the fans they can get. If you've never been out, it's a good time. You're going to get a little dusty and dirty, but if it's a good hot day and the beer's cold, good racing, it's fun.
Oh yeah, I can vouch for it. And the walking tacos at Atomic, bar none the best. The concessions are great. But I know that Sterling has offered me numerous times to, just show up, hang out in the pits and, get to meet some of the drivers. And, you can do it at any track, really. I mean, you just pay for your admission, and great for the family to get involved and get to see the cars and drivers up close.
When I first, my buddy I started working with there 20 years ago, he had a late model. He said he raced, and I said, I'm going to come down and watch you one day. He said, no, you're not. You're going to come down and help. I was like, really? And he's like, yeah, you're going to come down, you're going to change tires, you're going to be in my crew. You're going to be in my crew. I was like, even better. I'm there, and I paid my pit entrance, and I drove myself down there, and I sweated and worked all day and went home and told my wife how much fun I had, and she thinks I'm 3/4 nuts again. But.
Yeah, it happens. But man, that's all the questions. Outside of the bonus question, do you have merchandise?
I do not. I would like to get some. I've been seeing some of the other guys in my class get a couple things put out, but I don't have any merchandise. I got some bar T-shirts that I wear for my sponsor stuff, but I'll probably have to get something. Have to figure somebody out. Maybe I can get a sponsor to give me some T-shirts.
Hey,
I got a nice spot for a sticker up there for a T-shirt sponsor.
I know of a couple. I'll reach out and see what we can do.
All right.
But until then, I want to thank you for meeting.
Thank you, Gary.
I mean, check out Sterling and this 11S machine. Plenty of racing coming at you. I'm Redline Gary. Keep it on the track.
Caution on the track. Check this out. Each episode will end featuring a local business. It's our way to give back to the community and to the businesses at hand. Today's business, Power Pro Exterior Home Solutions. They're in the northern Ohio area. They offer a wide range of cleaning services. They're locally owned and insured. You can contact them through Facebook, their website, or at 419-921-3776. With that, I'm Redline Gary. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Ring that bell because we're coming out hot with new videos featuring more drivers. Keep it on the track.